Welcome, everyone. You have now entered the cosmic radio receptors of KCIW 100.7 FM, located just a few miles north of the California border in lovely coastal Brookings, Oregon. Thank you for tuning into this week's interesting program. I'm Dr. Gigi, and my co-host is, as always, Jacques Kepner. He still has to zip, but don't drink before it's your turn. How are you today, Jacques?
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Doc and Jacques Variety radio show and podcast. Thank you for asking that, Doctor. Special thanks to Ray Simon, Tony Stoddard for manning the flight deck of the enterprising starship of KCIW. And guess what? Legendary Michael Gors is videotaping us today, so this will be out in video form as a great blockbuster movie soon. Thanks to Tom Bozak and Linda Bozak. You know your place in this show. You're hearing this live syndicated show right now on KCIW in Brookings, Oregon. That said, this will be rebroadcast in exactly 1 week from today, each Wednesday, in our coastal southern friends, KZZH 96.7 FM in Eureka, and then again at KFUG at 1 in the afternoon at KFUG in Crescent City. So now you know.
101.1 call.
That's right, 101.1. So tune in. Okay, it's that time on good medicine. And health tips are colorfully presented by my German-American multi-patent holding medical doctor, scientist, university professor, syndicated broadcaster, newspaper columnist, and did I mention artist? And so very much more. Dr. Gudrun, or Gigi Reed. Okay, Dr. Reed, what medical marvels do you have for us today on this week's health segment of MDGG?
Well, today, in honor and as a preamble to one of our guests, we will discuss ovarian cancer.
Okay.
Jacques and I actually are both cancer survivors.
We are.
Yeah, cancer is actually quite prevalent. About 40% of the U.S. population will have some kind of cancer diagnosis in their lifetime.
That one blows my mind. 40%.
And, I wonder if it's like basal cell carcinoma or something like that, which...
Those are still cancer.
Well, possibly, or pre-cancer. But
Just
anyway.
Oh, you had thyroid cancer.
Mm-hmm, kidney cancer.
And I had kidney cancer. Yeah.
So ovarian cancer, our topic, is not among the most common cancers in women, but it remains the deadliest gynecological cancer in the United States. That is shocking.
Okay, that is true.
One reason that is often difficult to detect early is you don't detect it early. There is no signs, no symptoms. And after it is not early anymore, treatment is mostly not very successful anymore. About 21,000 Americans, women, are expected to receive an ovarian cancer diagnosis this year.
21,000. Oh, my goodness.
And get this, more than 12,000 are expected to die.
Okay, so
that
Debbie
is
Downer.
More
that's
than 50%. That is scary.
It's out of control.
Yeah. The cancer occurs most often after menopause. The typical age of diagnosis is about 63, which was a shocker as well. However, anyone with ovaries can develop ovarian cancer, and less common forms may affect younger people.
Wow.
So ovarian cancer, in air quotation marks, is actually a group of related diseases, including the fallopian tubes, ovaries, and the abdominal lining. So they're all touching each other, and so the cancer can crawl over.
Is there any single cause for all this? Or?
There is usually no single cause. Age, however, is a significant risk factor, as is family history of ovarian, breast, pancreatic, prostate, colorectal, or uterine cancer. So most cancers, or a lot of cancers. There is some inherited genes that change the probability that you can get ovarian cancer. That is the BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes, breast cancer 1 and breast cancer 2 genes.
So like parents passing it down, your genetic?
Yeah, remember how we talked about genes last time? I think that was last time, right?
Mine need a wash, by the way, just so you know.
Family history matters on both sides, meaning it doesn't have to come from the mother's side. It can also come with the same probability from the father's side. So it gets passed down either way.
Okay.
Other factors linked with the increased risk include never having given birth.
Really?
Endometriosis.
What the heck is that?
That is when the endometrium is weirded out and crawls all over your body inside.
Okay.
The endometrium is the inside lining of the womb, so to speak, and hormonal or other reproductive factors. Now, pregnancy and the use of birth control pills are associated with somewhat of a safety net with a lower ovarian cancer risk.
Interesting.
Very cool, right?
Okay.
Unlike cervical cancer, ovarian cancer has no reliable screening test.
Even in 2026.
Even in 2026 or 2027, there's nothing really on the horizon that I know of. Now, people say, well, the women have the pap smears. Well, the pap smear does not detect cervical cancer. It does not detect ovarian cancer. It detects cervical cancer. And so that's what that test is for. There are some blood tests for overall cancers, but that one is not a good screening tool. So, which is kind of sad.
Okay, Dan.
Treatment usually combines surgery and chemotherapy.
Okay.
So you have to do both. Usually surgery removes as much visible cancer as possible. And then you use chemotherapy to kill any weirded cells that haven't, that walked out of place.
Wow.
Outcomes depend heavily, remember the 50%? Outcomes depend heavily on the stage. Meaning, how far has it spread? Basically, has the cancer spread? Tumor type, because ovarian cancer is not just ovarian cancer, or, there's not just one cancer that's called ovarian cancer. Some respond faster or less well to treatment. And obviously, if you can remove all the visible disease, or if you remove the visible disease, is that all? So,
Okay.
5-year survival rate is above 90%, which is actually very good. If it's if the tumor is confirmed to a site, it's usually stage 1, but it's lower the further out it spreads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, how many years ago did you have your thyroid cancer?
2007.
And you've described why you think you got it. A bunch of your
Chernobyl.
friends too from Chernobyl.
Yeah.
She's German and she was in Eastern Germany at the time when Chernobyl.
No, West Germany, but southern part, close enough.
Okay. And it blew downwind and on May Day.
May Day we went out and it blew down just the end of April.
So
Chernobyl.
2014? Did you just say?
2007.
Oh, okay.
When did you have your cancer?
2001. Kidney cancer. But how I'm still alive, I'm
kidney cancer has. So thyroid cancer
bad.
has a very good recovery rate because it is found pretty early usually, and kidney cancer does not.
I remember being
Yours.
5 years, then 10 years, and then 15 years. And this is amazing. Okay, thank you so much for that, Dr. Gigi. I appreciate it. Now let's get in. We have a step-in guest today. Before we get to our main guest, Tara and Alisa, we have Dan Springen in the show in the studio.
Hi, guys.
Hi. That's fine. I know you're shy, so we want you to speak.
I've never met a Mike I didn't like.
There we go. That's my middle name, by the way.
See? Just proves my point.
So, Dan, what's happening? It's Wednesday. What day is it?
12th.
12th.
Yeah.
August
What's
12th.
happening tomorrow in Brookings, Oregon, and elsewhere? Crescent City.
Yeah. Tomorrow, there's going to be just a lot of sleeping, I think, just taking it easy. No, we got our film festival.
The WRFM, which stands for
Wild Rivers Film Festival starts tomorrow.
I thought it was wrestling.
Yeah, there will be wrestling and kazoos, apparently. And, there's a lot of appreciation for that. So.
Okay.
So
Wild Rivers Film Festival.
Wild Rivers Film Festival starts tomorrow. Red carpet in front of the Redwood Theater is 6 p.m. Come down and have your picture taken on the red carpet.
Is it Kat Liddell going to be hosting that?
I'm hoping Kat's there. I'm not sure who's hosting, but we've got our VIP area in the Pocket Park.
Cool.
And Wicked Pig is going to be serving drinks.
Wow.
And it's going to be a really nice.
We're looking forward to it. Really.
It's going to be a great night. And we have a great film, The 100-Year Effect, which talks about genetics and how what you do to your body if you're going to have children. And years down the road, like 100 years down the road, how did the way you treated your body affect what's going to happen in your children and your children's children.
How have you been treating your body recently?
Well, see, I mean, the way I really look at it is if I can get a discount at Freddie Meyer at 8:45 in the morning, then I can eat as much pie as humanly possible. No, I don't know. I think I've been treating myself pretty good. I haven't. I quit smoking. So yeah.
Yesterday or
no. This is just about 3 months.
Good.
Oh,
Good job.
good. Excellent.
Thank you. I was smoking those cigarettes that they say are the if you're going to smoke, it's the healthiest cigarette, and I went, okay, that doesn't make sense. Right. But those American Spirits, and I wasn't like a pack a day guy. I was like a pack every 3 days, and I'd only have if I'm having a drink or something. But I just cut it out cold turkey. I said, you know what? I like to breathe.
Very
You
good.
look very.
Oh, and you know how hard it is to do my deer call when I'm, I have no breath.
He does deer call, but I'm going to say you do look better. You look refreshed. For 80 years old, you look great.
Yeah. See what I go through? This is 4 years now.
45 in the morning too, at Freddy's. Okay, so tomorrow, Wild Rivers Film Festival. How many films are lined up this year?
We have, I guess we're probably somewhere around 35.
Okay.
A lot of longer films than last year. Last year we had a lot of short films.
Yeah.
Had a lot more short film blocks. This year we have more feature length, but a lot more documentaries.
Right.
And they're great. I mean, so many of them just deal with the area. There's the Seeds of Peace. You've got Taming the Mouth. You've got The Bend in the River. All these films are really about this area.
Cool.
Oh, and we even have one about
The puma.
yeah. And
Something
Cheetah?
else.
throw away horses.
Oh, yeah.
About people who buy horses and go, oh, I really like to have a
Yeah.
horse.
Oh yeah.
And then they go, oh, I got to take care of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the AI one?
It's called The 18th Hole.
Okay.
So I decided to play one AI film. I know people, they're a little up in arms about AI right now, but it's not going away. And I said to myself, well, if I can at least give people who are interested to understand where it's going and what it can do, an opportunity to see what it is, it's something that I felt like I needed to do. And there are entire film festivals nowadays that are just AI.
Wow.
Yeah. And some that I've seen they blow your mind. It's
So
hard
good.
to believe.
Right? So good.
Yeah.
And
So-
you can find all that at
Where's the venues?
wildriversfestival.com.
Yeah.
Wild Rivers Film Festival.
Wild Rivers Film
But it's going to be
Festival.com.
shown where? In the Redwood Theater?
Yeah.
Downtown?
So we got Redwood, we got
Downtown
Playhouse, the Chetco
Check
Players
out
Playhouse.
Pelican Players, yeah.
By the way, Aiden will be back this year. Bravo.
Right on.
Glad to have Aiden back. And then
Chetco
the
Library.
Library.
Right.
Yeah, Chetco Library.
And all that can be found, the schedules and everything is on...
wildriversfilmfestival.com.
Glad you
I have
picked
it
this
open right
very
now.
short.com
We were
name.
going to go with Wild Rivers Film Festival for Jacques, GG.com. But
You're a busy man. You're also in charge of the Orlando.
I am.
And you've been doing that for years?
yeah,
So congratulations.
17 years.
Wow, cool.
Wow,
All
very
right.
cool.
Well, Dan Springen, we look forward to hanging out with you and
Yeah, I can't
having a
wait.
good time at a
I
great
love it,
festival,
yes.
great people. Sue Wright, big call out to you if you're listening because you were sitting in Dan's chair and we were hoping to talk with you. But
Yeah,
Dan
she
came
left
in.
me this weird bottle of water.
little
It's
tiny bottle
got
of water.
lipstick on it. It's some weird. Oh, can I say one more thing?
Yep, sure can.
So the ticket price. So you can get you can do everything you want to do at the festival, go to all the galas, everything, all the happy hours, all the parties with a VIP pass. It's only $150.
Yeah,
You get 4 days. Or if you just want to watch movies, you can get a festival pass, see all the movies for $50. And if you only have 1 day to hang out with us, it's only $20. But guess what?
What?
You get 10 hours of movies.
Wow, cool.
And you can get into all the venues. All 4 venues are open to you when you buy your day
fun.
pass.
And
for just $20.
Wild Rivers Film Festival is also a nonprofit. It's a good place to put your money. And wow, we're looking forward to it. We can't wait. Thank you for so much for making a part of Brookings and beyond. And I know there's going to be a couple showings in Crescent City for our neighbors down there. So we will keep you posted.
Yeah. There's a real special one coming up.
All right, Dan Springen,
Very
thank
cool.
you for
And
coming
thanks
in.
for making us laugh.
Wait a minute. Try one more.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. It really, that's a close deer call.
Okay, wait a minute.
All right,
Wait,
guys.
Lassa, okay,
I love you to
thank you.
death.
Appreciate it.
Okay, talk soon.
See you soon. Thank you. All right. We're now back on track again. It's now 1:15. It wasn't too long ago that our good friend Alisa Green of Brookings, Oregon, told us about her friend who coincidentally has the same last name. Doctor?
What she told us about Tara Green seemed so inspiring that we wanted her to appear on this very show to tell her story of overcoming all odds.
Yes, every so often a person walks through the fire of their own crisis and comes out on the other side determined to make sure no one else walks that critical path alone. And that's the story of today's guest, the aforementioned Tara Green.
In December of 2012, Tara was blindsided by stage 4.
And at stage 4, whoa.
Pretty bad ovarian cancer diagnosis. It's the kinds of news that stops a life in its tracks.
We know.
But as she moved through 16 grueling months of chemotherapy and other treatments, something shifted.
It was during that time, while walking the hospital halls between such treatments, that Tara noticed the quiet loneliness on the faces of fellow patients, people fighting the same challenging battles as she, but many of them alone and very afraid, without a hand to hold or a reminder that someone, somewhere, cared.
So Tara started bringing them small care packages, a little comfort,
Yeah.
a little hope, a little proof that they were not invisible. These simple acts of kindness have since grown into something extraordinary.
In 2014, I believe, Tenaciously Teal, a 501c3 nonprofit now based in Oklahoma City that has since delivered tens of thousands of, quote, cancer care packs or bags
16.
and provided, how many? That's
Almost 60,000.
60,000.
right now.
Wow. And provided over $500,000 in direct financial assistance to families across Oklahoma and the greater Midwest, and as we will find out, across the world. The organization does far more than pack boxes. It offers gas and grocery cards to families drowning in the financial weight of treatment.
Tara holds a master's degree in social work from the University of Oklahoma, grounding her compassion in real experience. Under her leadership, Tenaciously Teal has become a movement, hosting annual fundraisers that draw thousands of supporters and benefactors that celebrate survivors as true stars of the show.
So true, Dr. Gigi. So please join us in welcoming a woman and her friend who turned a dark diagnosis into a decade of light. The founder and CEO of Tenaciously Teal, Tara Green, and Alisa Green. Welcome to the Doc and Jacques Show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
All right, Gigi.
All right, so I'll ask one question. If you both want to answer one after the other, be our guest. Tara, first, where were you born and raised?
So I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, but I only lived there 6 months. I moved around a lot growing up. I grew up as a pastor's kid.
A pastor's kid.
pastor.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
It was a traveling pastor?
No, so I was Kansas City and then Arizona and then a little bit in Oklahoma and then San Diego is where I went to junior high and high school, a little bit of college. And then how I came to know Brookings was my dad was the pastor of the Nazarene church here.
Really?
For a little bit,
How
yes.
cool is that?
Yeah.
Wow. Alisa,
Yes.
where were you born and raised, and what are you doing here?
Oh my goodness. I was born in Waco, Texas,
Whoa.
and my dad was in the Air Force, so we traveled a lot. And Virginia was my second home. Alexandria. We moved to California, and then I moved here 30 years ago, and I did not look back. It is the most beautiful place, I tell you. And we got to enjoy some of that beauty today, right, Tara?
Yes.
Yeah, Terry, what are you doing here? What brought you here today, or at least, this season?
Well, I came out for the film festival. Yeah, Lisa called
WRFF.
me.
There we
So it's
go.
a big part of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Called me last November. I was starting to work on my book. And then, yes, it was just like, you have to come back and meet some of the people here and just be a part of it. So,
Well, we're pretty fun here, right? This is
Yeah,
great.
it's been great.
Beautiful, fun people. Oh, my goodness.
yeah.
is there a call out to anybody special that you
Or
want to
either
make?
of you gals, ladies?
A call out
Yes,
to make
Hey,
to my dog Nevy
Oh, there
back
you
in
go.
Oklahoma
I know
City.
that
that I
Hey,
made.
Nevy.
One?
hey, Evie.
Wow.
How about Kevin,
You know what?
your son?
Call out to my son, Kevin Green.
Yeah, there you
All right, go
It's a
Kevin.
good guy. It's a good guy.
So how did you guys meet and became friends?
You heard.
Oh, we became friends through my dad being the pastor here at the Nazarene Church. We sang together in the worship team. And then I went through a really hard, tragic experience of losing my best friend and college roommate when I was here over a summer from going to college in San Diego. And Alisa just really reached out to me and ministered to me and just, took the time to help I won't say a troubled teen, but someone who was
A
not
pastor's daughter.
a pastor's
Were you the eldest, youngest, middle? What?
oldest of 3 girls.
Oldest of 3.
Yeah.
girls. Wow.
Yeah.
So that was not a joke saying you guys could be singing. Somebody made the
That is
it
true.
would be something feasible in the future, let's say.
Possibly. You never know.
So Tara, what happened in 2011, 2012? What happened to you and how old were you?
Yeah, I was 29. And so that's when I got my diagnosis, but it wasn't without, trying to advocate for myself, going to several, doctors, even having like exploratory surgery before even it had my diagnosis, where they missed it because they didn't really know what they were looking for, right? And
Right, because you were so young, right?
Yes, they weren't expecting it. And as you said, there's no early detection test for ovarian cancer. And so, yes, then finally went to a doctor who specialized in precancerous conditions. Because at that point I was like, what's wrong? I was just having a lot of pain and bloating and just something didn't seem right. And I had to really keep advocating for myself to get to that point where they did do a surgery. And I remember coming out of that surgery and he's like, well, it wasn't a cyst. Like it's a tumor. And we don't know if it's malignant or not yet, but turns out it was. And
No, so how did they actually detect? Did you have a PET scan or how did they actually see how far it was spread?
So he did an ultrasound and he thought it was a cyst going into surgery, but it was a pretty massive cyst at the time.
Going into surgery, they hadn't known yet? They didn't know?
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, we had no idea. I just came out and I remember looking at my mom and my with the doctor and everybody looked, really troubled and
Wow.
kind of when I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
So a little later, you find yourself in the hospital going through the cancer treatments, right? And you have lots of support, I'm assuming, right? You've had people there for you, but you notice something about others who were not so fortunate. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I mentioned my dad was a pastor in several places. So as soon as, I'm diagnosed, at this point it's stage 4 ovarian cancer. And so my doctor's like, you're going to die from this diagnosis. Yeah. And so everybody rallied around me. Where I had my surgery was very close to my office at the time. So I always had coworkers coming by and I was just never alone. And there were so many people that I saw day after day that were just alone and by themselves. And there was something in me that was like, that's just not fair. And how do I somehow like diversify my support to help other people?
Do you believe in the power of prayer?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe I'm a product of that.
So was it all of a sudden an aha moment, or tell us about how this whole process grew and evolved into something so special? Now I'm talking about noticing these other people that you said, oh, well, I have all the support, but look at all these poor people that don't.
Yeah. Well, I worked in child welfare for 10 years. And so I just always had a heart for people and helping people. And again, it just didn't seem fair that I knew suddenly how much suffering was surrounding a cancer diagnosis. And then to be in that kind of suffering and to have nobody, and also thinking about my child welfare clients and people who just really struggle just day to day to make it. And so there was an aha moment in the hospital room that I had these cards and all these flowers. And I was like, I don't need all these flowers. And so I started passing them out.
Right.
And I saw what an impact that
Share
made.
the love, right?
So when did you actually sit down and say, I'm going to make a 501c3 company organization?
So it evolved, right? So I had my surgery in December 2012. I started chemo in January 2013. And so chemo is a whole different animal, right? It is, people ask me sometimes, like, what does that feel like? And when it enters your body, or a little bit later as it cycles through your system, it's poison. I mean, you feel it like killing you in a way.
It is. That's what it does.
Yeah.
It kills the cells.
Yeah.
Hopefully just the cancer cells, but you can't just say, "Don't kill that one."
Right. I mean, that's why you lose your hair, your eyebrows, like all of the things. And so it was so painful. And then also I realized, I thought you go get chemo and it's like an hour or so right at the doctor. No, you're there for like almost 8 hours.
Oh, wow.
And so you have a lot of time to sit there and think and with your thoughts. And then recognizing that there are people sitting there thinking with their thoughts for 8 hours at a time by themselves.
No.
And so knowing how much a simple act of kindness meant, I was like, what's something tangible that I could do to really help? And so that was looking at things I used on a daily basis. And
So how do you go about and make an organization? Was it a hard process? Did people help you, or how did that come to pass?
so, well, going back to like trying to find out a way to diversify my support, people like reach out and they're like, we want to help, we want to do something. And I was like, well, buy a Teal for Tara bracelet, and I'm going to use that money to buy care pack items. And so I just did that throughout my treatment. And then I was declared cancer-free 16 months later,
Nice.
which was a miracle.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
And I, at that time, I had kind of become the care pack girl at treatment. And people are like,
This is in the same hospital, or is it a variety of places that you're?
at that point, it was, just at the same hospital.
And it was
At OU.
OU, Stevenson Cancer Center.
Oh, very cool.
University of Oklahoma. Right on.
OU Boomer Sooners, baby.
Yeah.
You know now. All right.
Yes.
Agreed.
Which turns out I was in my last semester of graduate school when I was diagnosed. And that was also like a propelling factor is I finished out that semester because I remember my professors were like, don't worry about it, come back to it. And I was like, oh no, I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I'm going to graduate. And so I walked across the stage like 3 days after my last peritoneal chemo, and all my classmates wore Teal honor cords, and they sold them, and we used that to buy a lot of care pack items too. So
Teal, the color, is that a certain color for a certain cancer?
it's for ovarian cancer awareness. Yep. But we help all cancer fighters.
Okay. What is the mission statement of the organizations at Tenaciously Teal?
Yeah, we provide love, community, empowerment, and resources to cancer fighters and their families.
Right on. All right. So I want to know now, how did Alisa Green re-enter your life at this time? What was she doing? Okay, either one of you could talk.
Well, she never really went away. We were always kind of connected.
River, huh?
Yeah.
How she is. No.
She re-enters at the time you've heard she's got stage 4.
Yeah, actually, Tara, she did the bracelets, and they went everywhere. She started a Facebook page. She promoted, people helping support in prayer for Tara. And I think there was about, 200 or 300 people on that or more on that Facebook page. And so when she came out here, after she'd gotten her master's, after she had crossed the stage, I think she weighed under 100 pounds at that time.
Oh.
Serious. And so all of this impacted the people that knew her or know her in Brookings, Oregon. And so she came out in August and gave 3 talks one Sunday. And I was like, wearing head to toe teal. I know that sounds really radical, but I'm sitting there wanting to support my friend and let her know, that she is cared for and loved first and foremost.
Wow.
And so I'm sitting there listening to her, and I've made gift bags, and they've gone around the world. And so I'm sitting there going, man, maybe I need to make some gift bags for her. And so I waited about 2 weeks and called her, and I said, hey, I make these gift bags. Would you like me to make some gift bags?
Oh, you made gift bags on your own for other stuff.
We understood.
Yeah.
You ultimately made 3 or 4 of these gift bags, right?
Three or
Just
four.
joking. It's like a massive number.
Well, I kept track. I mean, I did, because I'm like, and so Tara and I, like when I was in Oklahoma City, we'd go shopping for fabric. And then, I ended up making about 800.
Wow.
And what was cool is I was hoping that somebody in Oklahoma City, closer to Tenaciously Teal, would pick that up, and they did. And so how many people are sewing these days?
I mean, we probably have 20 women, but not just in Oklahoma City, but kind of everywhere who we have it's their handmade bags. Most of our bags are made of cloth that we deliver them in. And so with a little ribbon, drawstring tie, a lot of handmade touches to it.
Okay, time flies when we're having fun and informative conversation with Alisa and Tara. It's already that mid-break time here on the Doc and Jacques live radio show, proudly broadcasting from KCIW 100.7 FM in lovely coastal Brookings, Oregon. The list of major sponsors for your community radio stations are all 501c3s, right, Doc?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. I spoke too early. Advanced Airlines, who fly in and out of
besides
nearby
them.
Crescent City to Oakland and LA 7 days a week. Michelle Ramos with our own vibrant local Curry County Chamber of Commerce. Nick and Lisa Rail with their PPA, or Partnership for the Performing Arts. And what is it? Coastal Home Health and Hospice, serving Northern California and Southern Oregon. It is, and Durable, DME stands for Durable
Medical equipment.
Medical Equipment, and also Dr. Gigi, who is a doctor with hospice. Thank you for your contribution, Doctor. And on behalf of KCIW, thanks to all of you. I truncated that because it's fascinating what you were just talking about. So, Alisa, you're making 800 bags.
Mm-hmm.
She's giving them to you. You're filling them with all sorts of stuff. Tell us about that process. What are you filling them with?
Yeah, so we put fuzzy socks, Kleenex, chapstick, lotion, hand sanitizer, little Gatorade packet. They all have a little port pillow that's handmade, Kleenex cover that's handmade, and then they all have a handwritten note from an adult or child in them.
Wow.
A
How cool is that?
pillow. That's cute.
Is it like addressed to them, or is it just, hey,
So
heard
they
you say-
get delivered in a variety of ways. I mean, we go to treatment centers in Oklahoma and pass them out. Volunteers pass them out. I pass them out. We just show up. I mean, we can pass out. Very recently, I passed out 100 care packs in an hour.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, the
Dang.
treatment center I used to go to can see up to 300 patients a day just in chemo, and that doesn't include radiation. But then we also mail them. We've mailed them globally, nationwide. And then if somebody requests a care pack, so Alisa requests a care pack for a friend in Brookings, we have a little card that says this care pack was requested by
Oh, cool.
Alisa
cool.
Green.
So how do people get in touch to get one of those, or if they know somebody who would benefit from a care packet? How do
Yeah. And they could just go to Teal, so it's as in Tenaciously Teal, but TTEAL.org. And there's a request a care pack button right on our homepage. We do ask for a $10 donation, but that's it. Really just covers the shipping to send to somebody. So
And it's a
care pack is free.
501c3 nonprofit.
Yeah.
Good for you. Tenaciously Teal, that came from just your own.
So teal is the color for ovarian cancer awareness. And like Alisa said, that was kind of my Facebook page where I wrote it about my journey. And honestly, when I go back to your question, Gigi, when I was formalizing it, the first thing you have to do is pick a name. And I was trying to think of some name. And my best friend literally said, "You're an idiot. It has to be Tenaciously Teal." So we kept the name. I have to spell it all the time now. So
Yeah, in the dictionary, next to tenacious, there's a picture, Tara.
yeah, you have to be tenacious to fight cancer. And again, the alludes to ovarian cancer awareness, but
So it's
for
mainly
men and women.
patients' families that reach out.
Any cancer, obviously, right?
Any cancer.
Any
We help
cancer,
kids
any-
too. Yeah.
Wow.
And what's really nice is they expanded. I mean, they go to the VA, they go to children's hospitals, they go to Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and the surrounding areas. So it's really grown. How many hospitals are you going to now?
There's like
Directly.
14.
14. And so we have a vision that it would be really nice to have a few of the care packs in Brookings or even Gold Beach.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have Crescent City has a cancer office and chemo and not radiation, but
And so we actually have, I'm glad you guys mentioned this, like a bulk request care pack for hospitals on our website. So we have sent to UCLA and to Mount Sinai and several like big hospitals.
MD Anderson.
MD Anderson, absolutely.
Ever sent any overseas?
We have, yes. We did start having to charge $45 for an overseas care pack just to go through like all of the, customs forms and the time that it takes to do that. But yeah, we've sent to India, Australia, England.
cool.
I mean,
Very
multiple
cool.
countries. Yeah.
Now, do you have some, let's do one of each, heartwarming or sad or inspiring or emotional stories that you have either one of you have
Something
experienced?
that's really left you like, oh man, that is so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just had our big gala, care packs and cocktails. This was our 11th one. We have about 1,000 people. We raised almost $500,000 at this
Holy man. Good
event.
for you.
Yeah, thank you. And there was actually a radio guy in LA. His name was Laszlo.
Hey, Laszlo.
Do you know him?
Jacques. No, I don't.
No, okay. I was like, oh my gosh. Well, I just happened to run into him at the chemo room one day and gave him a care pack. And he was like, I just will never forget his face. His eyes lit up and he's like, what is this? This is incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's just a care pack. It's just some goodies, some things, to encourage you from Tenaciously Teal. And he's like, okay, but what is Tenaciously Teal? So I told our story and he's like, I'm going to send you a donation. So he sent a donation. It was for $101.50. And I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Where do you get that? And so I wrote him a note and didn't really hear back for a while, but then I ran into him at chemo again. And I was like, oh my gosh, Laz, tell me, I've been dying to know $101.50. What is that? Why? And he's like, because you'll never forget it.
Oh,
And
true, so true.
he told me that he had gotten the note and how much it meant to him and how much the care pack meant to him. And he's like, would you like some stamps? And not that a short time after, he sent 700 butterfly stamps to our office.
Wow.
And so I wrote him another little note and checked the spelling of his name. And I found his obituary. He had passed before this note got to him.
Oh my goodness.
And so I sent the note I had written to him and then went to his family. And just a few days after this gala where I had also told this story because it really impacted me. I was really sad to, I've lost a lot of people through this, doing this ministry over 13 years. And each one kind of impacts you. But it was part of the story. And so I, just 2 days after the gala, I had, got a note from his nephew that said his care pack was sitting front and center on his desk when they went through his things. And so had been there for like 2 months just there.
I was just going to mention that I suppose that you have meeting people who don't survive and how that impacts you. But I certainly, and Alisa's holding up her finger and she's going, what do you want to say?
I have a story,
Please tell it.
and I know the basics of it. So Tara, every year it's care packs and cocktails in Oklahoma City, and it's a big deal. What we've just talked about, and ultimately one night there was an auction, and they auction off football jerseys a lot, right? And so on the sheet there was $1,000. I'm guessing it's $1,000, $1,500, $1,800, $100,000.
What?
$100,000. And so the
For a Doc Shepherd jersey.
so
Cowboy, right?
and so the group, so they basically go, what do we do? Somebody's had too much wine, and so. At the time, what Tenaciously Teal needed was a van to transport from Tenaciously Teal to all these hospitals that we've mentioned, right? And that night was the night, Tara, you can finish the story.
Oh, yeah. We received, it was $100,000 that they had written. I said Doc Shepherd. It was a Sterling Shepherd jersey, but it was the mother of someone who had, the mother of a son who had received one of our early care packs, who had passed from colon cancer at 29.
Oh, man.
Boy, oh boy.
Wow.
What's the best the incredibly best thing about what you do? Is there one thing you could say, this is what I like the most about what I do? Either one of you.
Hope. It gives hope. It really, I can tell you that people that I've connected with Tenaciously Teal, and they receive a care pack. It just gives them hope. They have their own personal care pack they take, for their chemotherapy visits, and they really do cling to it. That's.
Amen. Yeah. What do you like least about the organization?
Well, it is a lot of work, right? And like I said, I've lost a lot of people, but I keep doing it because I see the impact and the community it's built, even the community within like our supporters and volunteers and donors. We started doing Tenacious Together events, and that's like bringing in caregivers and the patient, and it's just created a ripple effect beyond the care pack. It's shown people just like what, noticing someone, doing something can do for someone else. And there were many times in this journey that I could have been like, I'm kind of done. And there definitely been times like that, but I keep going because I see the impact of it. And
Wow.
So if you could change one thing, or if you could change how to start your organization, what would you do differently? Or is there anything that you would have changed?
I don't know if I would have changed anything. I mean, I don't know, honestly, if I'm being totally transparent, that I would have started if I would have known how much work it would be.
Yeah.
Even our gala, I think people see the pictures and it's a beautiful party and it's a lot of fun, but it's a very heavy lift, both like physically, emotionally.
Is it because you need more people to help you, or because you just took too much?
Lots of details.
It's just a lot of things. Yeah. We have a great team. I mean, we have a board of directors. We have 13 on our board of directors that are leaders in the community.
Oh,
No, I have been in the past.
Yeah, on our inaugural board. And then we have a committee that does an event of like 32. So
Wow. So it's a big board, which
Yeah.
I really like to hear.
Yeah.
We like big boards.
a lot of
that's
oversight.
good. A lot of stuff. And I know that Alisa is into detail because you're a grant writer, which we will one day talk about here on the show. We will bring you back in and we'll
Sounds
talk about
great.
grant writing, and you can make that as interesting as you wish.
Okay.
I heard
I like that.
Challenge.
Thank you.
Any big, massive lessons that you've learned, either of you, that you could say, wow, this is what I learned from this? I guess the hope, kind of hope in what you mentioned before. But would you do anything differently today had you learned from the past what you did?
It's a great question. I don't know that I would. We've been so careful in how we've built it. I mean, a lot of learning lessons through it, a lot of sharp learning curve. I mean, I remember just looking at financials and stuff that was like Russian to me. I'm a social worker. So learning that has, been hard. But I think it's just navigating too, especially, a 501c3, like I don't own it. I started it. I created it. I've worked it. I've built it. But it is in the hands of the board of directors. And so navigating that and them, I describe it as them being like guardians of it. So I've learned a lot of, I think I've always been good with people, but when you have 13 people, high-level people in a room navigating, the best thing I could give any advice is just like being totally transparent with all of it, right? And bringing everybody, not trying to have like conversations here, conversations there. It's like bring everybody to the table so everybody's on the same page.
Now, do you miss your former job, or do you still do any of that? But most likely not, right?
I'm not. So I've been doing Tenaciously Teal full-time for 10 years. So I miss not being recognized in town and just living kind of somewhat of a normal life, right? But I wouldn't change it because I know we're making a really
Yeah. So is Tenaciously Teal still growing? Where is it going? Is it just getting bigger, or are you branching out in other whatever you can do for cancer fighters?
Yeah, so we just hired a director of operations. We have 3 full-time staff. That's me included. So that's given me more time to like get out into the community to get more, not only like financial support, but be able to be back in the chemo room to meet the Lazes of the world. And where that is what I missed for a while, where I was just at my desk a lot, where I meant to be with people and helping people. And so we are focused on, having a home base like in Tulsa, which is about an hour and a half from Oklahoma City. So
How big of a role do volunteers play?
they're huge. Yeah.
Yeah. You always
Elisa's
need.
spreading her arms out wide. She's going,
Yeah,
big.
this is radio, Elisa.
I
so-
know that. I know that. I'm cueing. I'm
Michael
cueing.
Gorse is capturing all of this. He's shaking his head. He's giving us the thumbs up there. We got that.
So the volunteers are really awesome, and I want to give a special note of someone that was one of the initial volunteers that did amazing work for Tara, and that was her nanny. She put together plenty of care packs, and she helped delivered care packs. And I had the pleasure and privilege of going with Dorothy Roberts to the Stevenson Cancer Center back in, I think it was 2015, and it was just such a, that one lady made such a huge difference in both of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Is she still here with us? No.
No, she's
not.
It's not.
But
But
she
she's
was-
pretty awesome. There's a story about her one time. I can't remember who she was with, but walking up, and I don't know why this lady did this in this moment, but she, gave her a care pack, and the lady kind of lifted her shirt, and she was like, she had a massive tumor growing outside, which is very rare. So not a lot of people would know how to respond in that situation, and they said that she just didn't say anything, and she just sat her down and put her hands on her and started praying over her, and it was just this peace in this moment. So
Wow.
she kind of had that effect on people.
Wowzer.
How do you get volunteers, and what are they doing? How can you volunteer in Tenaciously Teal?
So especially for your listeners who are here, and I know, our home base obviously is in Oklahoma, but we always need handwritten notes, and there's an instructions on our website of kind of what we want. It can be an inspiring quote, it could be scripture, it could be something meaningful to you, or it could be like, hey, I don't know you, but you can do this, keep fighting, stay strong. So we always take those. And then there's also the instructions for our hand sewn bags are on our website. Then we have open volunteer day. We have a big warehouse in Oklahoma City that we just open up every Thursday. And so people just show up to help
cool.
with that.
Oh,
And then just spreading the word, requesting a care pack for a loved one. It's always great.
Also posting on the website, if you have not a website, but a Facebook page, letting people know about ttl.org. That's what I do a lot of, just to help remind people that it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so people can reach out to Tenaciously Teal or TT. What was it again? Your website?
ttl.org? No, it was
Yep, ttl.org.
Oh.
And is there a button that says donate now if people wish to donate?
Yep, there is a button. Yep, we have a care crew. So that is our monthly donor program. $10 a month if you want to sponsor a care pack for $10 a month to go to a cancer fighter. That's also available there.
Now, do you have more cancer fighter requests or bag requests than you actually have the bags? What do you have more of?
We have not ever faced the difficulty of getting care packs to
Oh,
people.
good. Okay.
Yeah,
So there's not a waiting list for 2 months?
absolutely not. No, it is. We send out care packs every Thursday.
And now you got
Yep.
that big van to drive around all that good stuff.
We have a big van, and we have a Subaru now, a Subaru Outback that Subaru has been a big sponsor of ours because their general manager got a care pack from us.
Yes.
Oh,
And-
really?
Yeah, and because Subaru helps Teal, I had asked Sue Wright of the Wild Rivers Film Festival, I said, hey, why don't we ask Subaru of Southern Oregon? So they are now a sponsor of the Wild Rivers Film Festival
Wow, how
this year.
cool is this?
Well,
All right, where do you see your organization? Let's say in 2 to 5 years from now. You see it just continuously growing?
Yeah, something's happening right now where it feels like Alisa and I keep saying God's on the move. Just people know about it. We're getting calls from hospitals in New York and Florida and over here in the Pacific Northwest and pretty much all throughout the country. People call and say, the American Cancer Society in Indiana referred me to you. And we're like, how does the American Cancer Society in Indiana know? And most people that call really don't know, how it got going or started. I'm totally fine with that. But there are many days and many hours throughout the day that the three of us could be on the phone. Sometimes people just call because they need some counseling, which is what I thought I would do when I got my master's, was be a counselor.
right.
They just need to be walked through, how to navigate it. And all of us are female cancer survivors that work in the office. So we've all been there. We've all lost our hair. We've all been through chemo. So that is a really cool impact on.
And 50 years down the road, when we are maybe, we're on anti-aging drugs right now. 50 years from now, just bigger and better. And
I mean, maybe there'll be a movie someday or a documentary about Tenaciously Teal, and hopefully you'll have a
Michael Gorse,
out there.
hear that? Okay, Michael Gorse is shaking his head, yes. I think our engineers are.
So when Jacques, when you had your cancer, or when I had my cancer, or when my loved one had cancer, I did realize how the hospitals are just, the cancer hospitals are just so nice. They're so peaceful. They're so friendly. They're so giving that it does. So people do notice how much that helps cancer fighters, right? And of course, we didn't have the care packs, but I think it's just a great idea, a great movement, right? Did you realize that? And
thank goodness for Stanford University for my cancer, because
Yeah,
I was
right.
given the death sentence, and it was like, wait a minute, I'm 44 years old. I'm not supposed to have dying of kidney cancers. And it's happened for miraculous reasons and
Absolutely.
ways, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, doctor, we have about 9 minutes left, and we're not going to go into our good time, fun time corner, unless maybe at the very end I'll give a few things. Give us one more time a rundown on how people can contact Tenaciously Teal.
Through our website, tteal.org. We're on Facebook under Tenaciously Teal, on Instagram and TikTok, tteal_Inc. INC.
Facebook?
Facebook, Tenaciously Teal, and it's TENACIOUSLY.
do you have a phone number or anything?
Yeah, our phone number is 405-753-4496. And this one other thing I will say is in 2016, we trademarked a program called a Brave Shave. So we have a trademark on them.
Tell us
Brave
about the
Shave.
Brave Shave. What is Brave Shave? Sorry. No.
Yeah, no. So we had been formalized for 2 years, and I really wanted to get into that space of helping women through the hair loss process, because my mom was a breast cancer survivor, and she was actually here. She went to Coos Bay for treatment, and she was told she's going to lose her hair, and everybody's told they're going to lose their hair, but you're dealing with so many other things. You're not really thinking like, well, how am I going to go about approaching losing my hair? And so when her hair came out, it's just, suddenly, it's quickly, it's traumatic. It's traumatic, for people in the home. I was away at college, but my sister was home, and it was really hard for her. And so when it came time to lose my hair, I was like, it's not going to happen like that. Like, I'm not going to just lose it. I'm going to take control of the situation. And so I really wanted to be able to provide that for other women, because although my mom wanted to do that, right, she wanted to take control, but it's just like there's so many other things going on. Right. So now
occupied.
Yeah. So we have I call it a concierge style service, because it's like, what do you need from this? Do you need it to be literally women? Like the other day, someone called our office and was like, can I come by and will you shave my head? And we did. But for a lot of people, it is an event. And so they can invite their friends and family. They can have
cool is that?
Up to like 40 people, and we cater it. We ask for their food preferences, their what they don't like, and then we do professional makeup and professional photography for them. And then they can either bring in their stylist, or we will provide a stylist. I've shaved a couple heads, even though I'm not a stylist. We always put that disclosure, like Kara's not a stylist, but she can shave a head. So she's had her head shaved too, so that qualifies her somehow.
Now, do you also have people who donate hair for wigs for cancer?
We don't do anything with the wigs. We accept, gently used new caps to give to people. And they can always pick out several caps when they come for a Brave Shave, or if they don't have a Brave Shave with us.
So the Brave Shave is the actual act of cutting someone's hair off.
It's an event. Yeah. Yes.
And so it's before they start the chemo, while they're taking the chemotherapy and they're starting to lose their hair, they say, hey, let's, like you said, take control of this.
Yeah.
Let me do it in my own way.
Yeah. Yeah. So usually within the first 2 weeks of your first treatment, you're going to lose your hair. So it happens pretty quickly. And so, yeah, it is an event, and it's been really cool seeing like kids come. It was really cute the other day. I was saying we do this professional makeup, and this little 5-year-old little girl saw her mom and was like, "Mom, you look so new."
Oh.
And then another little girl, like not that long ago, was, like, "Well, you don't look that different." And so it's just really cool because the energy in the room is positive and it's uplifting. And although like people may like shed tears and it may be sad, like overall everybody leaves up from that experience being like, this is so good. So to answer your question too of where I see Tenaciously Teal going, I have a dream of doing Brave Shave packs someday so that we can like send the opportunity for people. We've done that a little bit outside of Oklahoma, but just to facilitate that, for them where they can,
I've been thinking the whole time this is kind of an adult thing. What are some of the youngest? Have you had many younger adults or kids?
Or kids with cancer, yeah.
Yeah, so we have done a Brave Shave. We have done Brave Shaves for kids.
What a trip. What a great thing, the Brave Shave.
Yeah.
Any other kind of programs like that is unique to Tenaciously Teal?
I mentioned the Tenacious Together events. So we do like, we recently did like a flower making thing, just like where people come and we have a 3,000 square foot office, and, we can host big groups.
This is in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I saw you have what's that called? Like people wearing clothes and walk and
yes.
What's that called?
That's part of our Care Packs and Cocktails, like our Survivor fashion show.
Yes, the fashion show.
Yes,
That
which is
so
how the
cool.
idea for the Tenacious Together events came about, because I saw these models really bonding and then becoming part of each other's like support groups and going to treatment together and doing things together, traveling together. And so, we did this like flower making party not that long ago. And I remember one of the ladies left and she was just like, "Thank you for helping me forget about cancer for an hour."
Or a little bit, huh? Yeah, very cool.
We're all smiles here in the studio as Tara Green has been talking about her organization, Tenaciously Teal. It helps those that are going through the cancer stages of life that so many of us are going through. And
40%, right?
Yeah, and thank you for what you're doing, Alisa
Very
Green.
interesting.
Wow.
Alisa, thanks for bringing her.
Yeah.
Thanks
for getting her in here.
Thank you for coming, Tara.
You are a big part. It's the beginning of Tenaciously Teal. Very good.
Michael Gorsh has caught their beauty because they just came from the river. They look like river mermaids, not...
I like river mermaids.
Okay.
I wasn't going to say rats, but
I did.
they look great. You two are welcome back to our studio anytime. Tara, we give you Godspeed to just continue doing what you're doing. It's an inspiration for everybody. Really, it is.
Thank you. We can all make a difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
you're
can make a
right.
difference. Maybe that's what you could put on my gravestone.
What?
Right?
We can all make a
we can all
difference,
make
but
a
you can make a bigger difference?
Well, I'm bigger than you. All right. Thanks
Okay.
again.
Do you have a joke to lift up the mood a little bit? Where's Dan when we need him?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yes, frog.
Okay.
We're going to have to pull off, Tara.
Yeah,
I want to tell, should I tell him what, she caught me last night.
Okay, do it. Yeah, do
She
that
caught
one.
me last night because I snuck out after she went to sleep. And I had a date. I'm going to do the same thing tonight, but tonight I'll have a fig.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Right, okay, guess what? We have to cut it short out now. You have been listening to the Doc and Jacques show on KCOW 100.7 FM in Brookings, Oregon. We hope you enjoyed our show as much as we have learning about Tenaciously Teal. Indeed, peace and prosperity to everyone out there.
Peace and prosperity, everyone out there. Thank you so much, both you ladies. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks for having us
Have
again.
a good one.
All right.